Hi, welcome to another beer garden where once again joined by Joshua, Joe, and Charene. This time we're looking ahead to Wednesday's Happy Valley card. Quite a competitive card. I'm not sure if we'll have the same drama that we had on Sunday. An amazing day where Zach Purton won on 7 and Harry Bentley would have been headline news normally, wouldn't it, to score a hat trick, but almost overshadowed by the wonderful Zach Purton. What did you make of it, Shireen? You've seen many meetings in your time.
Yes, yes, that's really amazing for our the local racing history, I would say, because currently the environment is really competitive in Hong Kong, and over the 10 race card at Charene, they are just dominated by just only two jockeys, and they were obviously Zach Purton and Harry Bentley. And I would say that I'm not sure whether it would happen again, so because just really amazing. And then yes, let's see whether Zach will keep his form on this Wednesday. But Harry Bentley is now suspended for 2 meetings, and hopefully he will return stronger.
And you'll be delighted because you had Eremo as your best bet.
Yes, right. But at that moment, I see that the price is just not short enough, because Zach is just winning for the many legs before that race, but Aramo still have some good price. So it's quite amazing that I can pick his highest price winner on that day.
Yeah, I think myself having tipped Majestic Star, I don't think there's anyone in the world that I haven't told that they're probably telling me to stop talking now. But of course, it's that's all history now, and it's back to a blank canvas. We're all back on level terms, and it's a tricky looking card as usual. We're looking at the treble races at the end. That's races 7, 8, and 9, and a favourite part of the beer garden to our best bets, and also our value picks too. So we'll start with Joshua. We begin with race 7. It's a class 3 race over the 1650 meters, and it's on the A course. Who do you like in race number 7?
Yeah, I thought it was a tough way to start our treble races, 1650-meter race. I landed with number 2, My Ecstatic, who was also my value bet of the evening. He raced quite keen last start over this track and distance, and with him being first up, it took its toll late in the piece. But I thought he still finished off well to be 2.5 lengths off them on the line. There's no doubting this guy's talent, especially if you go back to late last season. He beat horses like Beauty Glory, Storm Legend, Nimble Nimbus, and the Anomaly in this class. Weight's not an issue either, because late last season at Charene, he did carry the 59.5 and he beat home Oriental Smoke and My Intelligent in impressive fashion. So with a run under his belt and an ideal draw, I expect him to lead again. But he will get a companion this time in Nothing New, most likely, which will keep him in check while he's traveling at that high speed. He didn't have anyone last time, and I think that was his detriment. He just raced too keen. There was nothing there with him, and I think having that companion there is going to help, and I expect him to have all of them off the bit on the corner, and for him to surge away in the straight.
Yeah, the writing looked on the wall, didn't it, Joshua, when he was on the back straight, several lengths clear. There's just no way, I don't think he was going to sustain that, but he hung on quite late in the piece.
Yeah, he definitely did. It was quite a good run for a horse coming off the break.
Yeah, sure. So Joshua goes for number 2, My Ecstatic. And Joe, who do you like in race number 7?
Oh, I also have a value bet as well. There's a lot of 3-year-olds either making their debut or making their second start. And I'm kind of worried about them because sometimes you don't know how they perform at in Hong Kong. But I decided to take a value bet too. I took number 8, Bulletproof, with Wagner Borges aboard. He won his last race at the end of the season at $31, and he flew home with Derek Leung. Before that, he was a favorite for a while, and he won as a favorite with Zach Purton when he was on him. So I think with the speed in the race, I think it's going to set up for the back markers. I'm kind of off of Comet Splendido. He was a last beaten favorite, and he's drawn widest of all this time. I mean, he has the ability. He ran second and third the last 2 races. I don't know if he's going to be able to win this one or not. He is the heavy favorite, so I'm going to take a chance here with some of the speed that's going to be in the front with some back markers. And I took Bulletproof because when he flew home, he was barrier 12 and he flew all the way home to go over the top of everybody at 31. So I think he'll run a good race this time. First up, so I went with number 8, Bulletproof.
So Joe goes for number 8, Bulletproof, returning after a 112-day absence and a winner on his last start. Charene, do you agree with Joshua?
Yes, I do. I also like number 2, My Aesthetic. Joshua just mentioned a lot about the advantage of this horse. Yes, that's right. Just he need a warm-up one every season like that. So I just checked his form that the first up for his every season that was really keen. So that's the second up today. So I believe that he's going to improve. And I guess that this time breaking from gate 5, it is still an ideal draw for him because he is expected to lead again. And this time, I think that yes, number 1 will be leading with him together, but the pace may be moderate or maybe a bit fast. But My Aesthetic already have a warm-up one. I think he's going to improve. And since he is a leading or even a front runner, he may not be afraid of the top weights. So Derek Long, he knows the horse quite well. He will ride him again. So I expect him to have some improvement tonight. So I agree with Joshua that I also like number 2, My Aesthetic.
So Charene goes for number 2, My Ecstatic, winner from his last 6. I always had him down as a sort of sprinter, but he really seems to have found his feet, hasn't he, over the 1650. Well, I, in the end, went for number 4, Comet Splendido. I'm pretty sure Harry Bentley might have been riding this, but of course he's suspended, and Zach Purton takes over. He's run well in his 4 starts in Hong Kong. He was a 3-time winner in Great Britain, of course, at Newcastle and in Redcar, and then finally at York. And he'll be just pleased to have a race here where he doesn't have to look at Nearly Fine, because Nearly Fine has beaten him the last twice. I think dropping back down to this trip will help again. He went up to 1800 last time, thought he was going to win, but then Nearly Fine just swept by. And hopefully Comet Splendido can win. He's got the outside gate, but that doesn't worry me too much. I think they'll go lickety-split here. My Ecstatic, as Joshua says, will get company for the lead as well. But I thought this was a kind of a trappy sort of race. And I even looked at things like Encanto Prepared, who doesn't have much form to speak of, but he kind of just pops up now and then. Zach Purton was on him last time. He sort of made a half-hearted challenge, and then Zach realised his fate, and that was the end of that. But John Si's horse, Alexi Bedell on board, he could easily improved greatly for his seasonal return. So just to recap, in race number 7, and Joshua and Charene both agree, number 2, My Ecstatic. Joe goes for number 8, Bulletproof. And I'm hoping that Zach Purton can work his undoubted magic on Comet Splendido. Okay, let's go to race number 8. It's a class 4 this time. It's over the 1800 meters. And Joshua, who do you like here?
Yeah, to just make sure My Ecstatic was value since the Hong Kong prices have gone up, $7.90, so it's not too bad. Race 8, I've gone with number 3, Kowloon Great in this one. I've taken a little bit of risk with this guy. As you know, the 1800 meter races, as we know, can throw up some odd results sometimes. But I love the way this guy finished off the race last time here at Happy Valley over the 1650. He had to come from the rear of the field in a race that had no pace whatsoever. And he even got held up at the top of the straight momentarily, but he came home really well, finished 2.2 lengths off the winner in third. Second place out of that race was Tailor Made. He meets him 1.5 kilos better for that 1.6 length defeat. And I was on Tailor Made that day, so hopefully he doesn't destroy me here. But that was with Tailor Made having no issues in the run and with a better map. The issue here is there's no speed again, which does concern me, but Alexi Bedell's aboard. I think with that extra run under his belt, if he can get running at the top of the turn, he should be very strong over this final furlong. It's a bit of a risk, but we know that he can handle the distance and he shouldn't be that far away.
Okay, so Joshua goes for number 3, Kowloon Great, trained by Danny Shum, ridden by Alexi Bedell. And as you say, he made relentless progress last time, didn't he? It was a really good run down the stretch to finish a never nearer third. Joe, who do you like in race number 8?
I went with Tailor Made again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go with Tailor Made. I like the price on him, though, this time around. $8.40, where last time he was about $3 or $4. So I know he's a bit of a hanger because he had the last 2 races. He got second and he just couldn't run on at the end to catch the last two, which was Lucky Diamond and President's Choice. I mean, the big price was at $31 in the penultimate race, and he only was there by a length. He's about a half length now at Happy Valley. Maybe the A course will be a lot better for him, I think, because it's a little bit more spread out. So I think he could probably try to. His runs in midfield have been really good. I mean, he's almost caught up to him. I do like a little bit of Circuit Elite though, because he did have a win, and Matthew Chadwick is on him this time. And Matthew Chadwick was normally the rider for TaylorMade. Now he gets Derek. Now he gets I think it's Derek Lowe, or who is it?
Keith Young.
Yeah,
Keith
Keith
Young.
Young.
Yeah, Keith Young. So yeah, I don't know. I think the last two beat favorites, and he does go up a little bit in weight. He takes another kilo, but maybe the jockey change will help out. I just don't like that Matthew Chadwick went off of him, and now he's on Circuit Elite. So I'm kind of in between the two, but I settled with TaylorMade because of the price. So I'm gonna go with a number 7 TaylorMade.
So Joe goes for number 7 TaylorMade, but kind of a bit like Taylor Elite and Circuit Made as well, because you're also quite keen on Scotland.
Yeah, we'll just switch the names.
Yeah,
Taylor,
switch the name.
Taylor Elite and Circuit Made.
There you go. You got it, mate. Yeah. Charene, who do you like in race number 8?
Yeah, in this race, I think it is quite wide open because at this moment when we are recording, the current favorites will be number 5, Kung Fu Master Panda. However, it is a 5.7 favorite, so you can imagine how wide open is this race. So I'm going to have looking for some outsider here. That's number 2. Palace Pal is going to be my value bet for the day. Pascal is the first time to stepping up to 1800 meters for the first time, and in this field there are only 2 horses who did not have any experience over this trip. But I think Pascal, side by Mongolian Khan, and he already have some race performance before coming to Hong Kong over the stay distance. I believe he is able to handle it, especially he gets the good draw. He will break from gate 1. Actually, he just had an first up one at Charene before. However, Charene is not a suitable venue for him. So this time moving to the city circuits is a good decision because we see that last season he already scored a second over here. So maybe the tighter track or the night meeting is more suitable for this horse. And this time he will also still be ridden by Jerry Chow, taking out 2 pounds is one of a big advantage for him. So this time I expect that he will get the rail for the whole of the trip. And then if he gets a clear one in the home straight, he is able to show a turn of foot and chase well, and he's likely to break the Hong Kong maiden tonight. So number 2 Palace Pal will be my value bet for the night. Currently the price $10.
So $10 for Sharene's pick, number 2 Palace Pal, breaking from the 1 barrier, ridden by Jerry Chow, who could do with a winning. He's had a rather low-key start to the season, trained by Benno Young. So I decided to go for Circuit Elite. I thought it was quite an interesting race. We've got 3 last time out winners, Passing Fashion and Owner's Star and Circuit Elite, who are all trying the step up in class. Circuit Elite I thought was nice. It was a very nice ride last time by Vincent Ho, kind of an inspired ride because he just took the bull by the horns, did a sweeping move 3.5 furlongs out and basically never looked back. Ho rides, he switches this time. He stays loyal to the 29 race maiden Chater Pins. So this time Matthew Chadwick takes over and leaves TaylorMade, Joe. So so he rides a Circuit. I'm hoping that's a positive.
Can I have 2 picks? I just want to make it a Quinella. It's probably going to be the Quinella.
Yeah, you don't fancy Kung Fu Master Panda too, no? No.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the old men are in it. I read Ulysses. Sometimes he'll pop up, and Kung Fu Master Panda didn't have a bad start last race. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just have a first 4.
You could have 10.
Yeah, I'll take them all. Might as well take the whole field. I mean, it is a trappy race. It's $5.70 for the field. So
no,
anything,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, here we are, 12 runners, and we've all picked different horses. So it is a tricky one. My Circuit Elite, my pick is up £7, but it's only his 12 starts. So there's every chance he might find the necessary improvement to win. And he's nicely drawn in gate 4. So just to recap, Josh goes for number 3, Kowloon Great. Joe's value bet is TaylorMade, but he has a sneaking fancy for Circuit Elite 2. Charene goes for number 2, Palace Pal. That's also the value. And I'm going for number 9, which is Circuit Elite. So now we come to the last race on the card, which I thought was very difficult. And it is a Class 4 over the sprint distance of 1,200 meters. Joshua, who do you like in this head scratcher?
Yeah, another runner which is near that double digits. It's going to be the theme for me tonight by the looks of it. With number 8, Happy Tango. Totally forgive his first up run on the all weather. He was awkward out. He lost the plate in the run. Never ideal when that happens, when the plate comes off during the run. Last start, he was much better. He showed, as he showed with a run under his belt, he was able to kick a bit further than usual, and he was overrun late by Hercules and Exuberant, and we saw how good that win was by Hercules. He's drawn similarly here. The speed looks similar with Lariz, who he had the better of last time easily. Has drawn barrier 1 again, and this bloke's on the outside in barrier 2. There's a lot of better horses in this race, having to settle further back. I don't even know what I've written there. There's a lot of better horses in this race that are going to have to settle further back than usual. So if he can get a nice breather mid-race, he's a huge chance of kicking on the turn. And I reckon he's going to be very hard to run down now with those 2 runs under his belt. But he just needs that mid-race breather. If he doesn't get that mid-race breather, we're going to be holding our breath big time over that final furlong. But, aside from Lariz, there's not a lot of pace in this race. And he got the better of Lariz easily last time. So we're really banking on a nice run in transit here. And I reckon he's worth the risk at about the $8 mark.
Okay, Joshua goes for number 8, Happy Tango, hoping he dances his way to victory. Joe, do you agree?
I do. I think that the speed is going to be the race. Well, I think the speed's going to win this race with Happy Tango, because Durham Star had a real. I liked Durham Star last time with Lyle Hewitson. He's drawn wide, and I don't like that at all. Sugar's also drawn wide, so I think this is gonna benefit more Happy Tango and the speed, especially with a lot of them trying to come from the back. He's gonna probably play Catch Me If You Can. Loris should be up there, but I don't think he's gonna. I think he'll stalk him, but I don't think they're gonna try to duel it out for the lead. So I think this is gonna be more beneficial for Happy Tango. And as what Josh mentioned, yeah, if he gets a breather, and then at the top of the lane starts exploding, then I think this is gonna be his race to win. Sometimes the speed has been hanging on at Happy Valley, and sometimes it hasn't, and it's weird because the last 2 picks was a midfield and then a back marker. So I think the speed should hold on to this race, and that's with number 8 Happy Tango.
So in race number 9, Joshua and Joe are in agreement with number 8 Happy Tango. And Charene, who do you like in the finale?
Yes, in race 9, I'm going to have another maybe front runner or the leader, number 6 Fighting Star. I agree that in this race, some of the strong horse with good form are drawn wide, maybe Durham Star, but Gates Trail is a bit tricky for him. And for Sugar, he may need a warm up. So I'm going to looking to the leaders. So Fighting Star number 6 breaking from Gates 4, he is also expected to lead. And I also agree that Happy Tango last time it was really impressive. So 2 of these leaders, I think they will just dominate this race. So both of them are quite good selection. And for number 6, Fighting Star, this time he will be ridden by Ruben Meyer. And before this race, he already showed some good performance over Happy Valley last season at the end of last season. At that time, although it was ridden by Zach Purton, this horse is really straightforward, easy to handle, and he is also quite dynamic. He can just better stay in front or midfield, but I think now with some good preparation during the summer break, he just has some good barrier trial performance. So I expect him to stay in front again. So Gate 4 is ideal for him, and the speed is also the speed map is also favorable for him. So I'm going to have number 6 Fighting Star in race 9.
So Charene goes for number 6 Fighting Star, and it's a real two-way split here because I agree with you, Charene. I've also gone for number 6 Fighting Star. When I was doing my preview blog, I actually started on race 9. I didn't start at race 1 like I normally do. I went to the last race. I almost wrote a book about race number 9. I got so sort of carried away, but it's a really interesting race. I think Durham Star, I think even off a £7 higher mark, he's an interesting horse. I think had he been drawn single figures I think he would have real merit, serious consideration. Because if you look back through his history, Lyle Hewitson, he's had some really good runs from the likes of Gate 11 and Gate 12, but it's just winning. That's the thing. You can get placed maybe second or third, but up £7, Gate 12, I think that's the difference between winning and being placed. And I think another horse that I don't particularly like is Harmony in Home. It's quite ironic that that's the reason Harry Bentley suspended. He failed to ride out Harmony in Home to a finish. So Zach Purton takes over. I like the horse, but he's the kind of horse that needs everything to drop right. He's talented, but I think he has a pretty poor strike rate. Sugar Sugar is ridden by Alfie Chan, and he's not a very good start to the season. The jockey's yet to make the top 3 in 16 rides. It's not exactly good for his confidence. I think Riverviews and the likes of Riverviews, and there's another horse I was interested in here. Can't think where it is now. But yeah, I'm not so sure about Riverviews either. I think he's possibly not good enough here. So I ended up going for Fighting Star. I think he's a really interesting type. 2 runs back. He was a good third over course and distance under Zach Purton. Then he bled on his final start. But I think if you saw his recent Chongfa trial, he really did run really well. He led from start to finish. And I'm kind of hoping that he doesn't have to. I don't think he has to lead. I'm kind of hoping that Loris, who has paced the burn from Gate 1, can press on under Antoine Hamelin. So hopefully we can just sit maybe third or fourth, Fighting Star, and stalk the pace. So just to recap there, race number 9, Josh and Joe go for number 8, Happy Tango, and Charene and I, we're in agreement on number 6, Fighting Star. Looking forward to that race, actually. So that's the treble races looked at. We now come to our favourite part of the show, which is our best bets. Joshua, who did you go for here?
I'm glad Charene summed up that last race a lot better than what I did with the better horses drawn wide. That was what I meant to get out. My best bet comes up in race number 3, which is number 2, 5 Elements. Look, he was really good on his return behind Beauty Glory. He did a lot more work throughout than the 2 horses that beat him. And despite struggling from that 400 to 200 metre mark, he picked up and finished off the race well. The form hasn't been too bad for this race, despite Beauty Glory failing next start. Exponential and Igniting have both placed since, so that's positive. Let's not forget last season when he resumed in February, he finished half a length off Super Fortune in this grade before running second to Rock Your Heart, also in this grade. He has finished within a length of California Spangle in the preparation prior. So the talent is there. Zach Purton does jump aboard here, which is ideal for the mount, probably not ideal for our odds. Our odds will probably go down a bit with Zach Purton aboard, but he does have a run under his belt. He's drawn to get a beautiful run, and I think he is, in my opinion, the best bet on the card. As I said, he's got the talent. It's just a matter of putting it all together on race day. So hopefully tonight is the night for him.
So that's Jossie's best bet. It's race number 3, and that is number 2, and that is 5 Elements, ridden by Zach Purton. Joe, who do you like or should I say your best bet? Who do you like?
I went with race number 6, and that's a 1200 meter race, class 4, and I went with Exuberant number 2, who had Harry Bentley on board, but now that he's suspended, he's not on him, so you get Matthew Poon. He is taking the 61, but now we have Matthew Poon, so he takes a kilo off. His last run was really good against Hercules, and he hasn't had a win yet. He's only won for 15. So he was climbing down the ratings from the class 3. Now he's going up to class 2, and he did get a late surge at the end when the betting was almost at the off time for his race against Hercules. He does have a lot of form with some of our favorites like Wood on Fire, Astrologer, Winning Icy, Our Lucky Glory. But I think that he'll improve in this race, especially having that last run. And the field is pretty wide open. It's paying like $4 or $4 for My Class Act as the favorite. So I think for $6.40, I kind of like that Exuberance last run, and I think he'll run a better race. He's drawn better too. His last couple of draws have been 7, 8, 11, and 10. So I think that draw number 4 is going to be a lot better for him. So I'm going to go with race number 6, number 2, Exuberant.
So Joe goes to race number 6, number 2 Exuberant, 1 from 14, Matthew Poon on board, so he'll get plenty of assistance from the saddle. Charene, who do you like as your best bet?
For my best bet, it is gonna be in race 5. I quite like number 11, London Lucky Star. I understand that it is quite risky for me to have a best bet who is a maiden in Hong Kong, but I'm decided to take this risk because I think race 5, it is quite a weak field here. Maybe now the current favorites, number 1, Happy Veggie. He was my best bet last time, but it hurts. It just disappointed me because he failed to lead till the end in such a slow pace, and this time he will again ridden by Zach Burton. But gate 3 is quite good for him, but I think he is just maybe a bit difficult to win. And the other one to beat will be number 8, Smiling Face, because gate 1 is really ideal for this horse. However, I'm still going to have London Lucky Star, although nothing in Hong Kong after 31 attempts. Of course, now it's racing at the career low mark of 23. I believe he is able to bounce back, especially he gets Sylvester de Souza on board, who is really hungry for a winner. And also the trainer, Francis Lui, this season, this horse joined his yard, and he is quite good at training the horses, switching from the all-weather track to the city circuit. So London Star is just that case. Last time he raced over 1650 over the all-weather course, and he did quite well at the early speed. He showed some speed, but he just need, maybe that is a warm-up for him. So this time, I believe London Lucky Star will also be leading or just staying in front. So maybe he is now fit enough to break the maiden in Hong Kong. There are some horses to beat, but I think with Sylvester de Souza on board, he is having quite a good chance. So I'm going to have number 11, London Lucky Star, in race 5 to be my best bet. Hopefully he can break the maiden tonight.
So Charene goes to race number 5, number 11, London Lucky Star. That's a really inspired best bet, if you don't mind me saying. Nothing from 31. He's been a dirt horse in the past, hasn't he? Are you quite confident that he can do his turf? Some credit there and win. Yeah.
Yes, I think so, because now the price 7.5, it is kind of confident here. So hopefully.
And a rating of 23. I mean, how low can you go? Yeah. He has his chance, doesn't he? Yes. So my best bet, I'm actually opposing Joe. I'm going for the favourite. I actually didn't think he would be favourite. It sometimes surprises you, doesn't it? The markets in Hong Kong. I thought I was taking a bit of a swing there, but apparently not. Race number 6, and that is number 4, Our Class Act. He's a really nice horse. He was a 42 to 1, a bit of a surprise winner, 2-back. And then the last time, he really just never got a run at all. He had a terrible run. And I think he could possibly have gone back to back had he got the gaps. But it's interesting, I think, that he's brought back relatively quick. It's just a week later and he's back. And I think he's a progressive type. I think with a clear run, compensation awaits. Burton keeps faith with Wood on Fire. But gate 10 was his downfall last time. And he's in gate 10 again. So it's but deja vu, really. Exuberant, as Joe says, one from 14, but never far away. Jumbo Legend, lightly raced. Seasonal reappearance, full of promise. And take what you need. A nice horse for Douglas White and Lyle Hewitson, but I think possibly need of a class drop. Famous last words, you probably win now. But yes, just to recap the best bets. Josh goes to race number 3, 5 Elements, Burton on board. Joe, race number 6, and that is number 2, Exuberant. Charene, race number 5 with the 31 race maiden London Lucky Star, who might be 1 from 32. And myself, I go to race number 6, and that is number 4, Our Class Act. Right now, we go to our value bets. Who do you like on the night, Joshua?
Yeah, I've already stated mine in race 7, number 2, Mike Static. Just a quick overview from what I said. With a run under his belt, ideal draw. I expect him to lead again. He'll get that companion, likely to keep him in check so he can travel at that high speed. Expect him to have them off the bit around the corner before surging away. So that's race 7, number 2, Mike Static.
So, Joshua, race number 7, number 2, Max Static. Remind us, Joe, who do you like as your value bet?
The same race, race number 7 over the 1650. Yeah, I went with Bulletproof, the number 8. I think his speed at the end will be really good to hopefully go over the top of everybody. But I don't know, maybe Josh might beat me in this race. I just think that it's a really competitive race. And especially now that he's won at a big price, I think he could come back at a big price too. So that's number 8, Bulletproof.
So in the same race, Joe goes for number 8, Bulletproof. And Charene, remind us who you like as your value bet on the night.
Yeah, sure. My value bet will be in race X. I think that the 3 legs in the treble that we should include some outsider. So my value bet number 2, Palace Pal in race X. Just hopefully he can take advantage of the good draw. And I will also be quite looking forward to his first time moving up to 1800 meters. I think the longer distance he can show a better him. So hopefully Palace Pal can break the maiden in Hong Kong and also bring a winner to Jerry Chow, because he has been a long time haven't win a race. So hopefully Palace Pal number 2 in race 8.
So the value bet for Charene, race 8, number 2, Palace Pal. I'm just going back to race number 9 there. I was talking about race number 9, looking for a horse in there called Brave Dreams. Well, the reason I couldn't find it is because it's not running there. So that's what happens when you're doing a midnight form guide. You're suddenly including horses that aren't even in the field. Anyway, enough about that. My value bet, I went to race number 5. I looked in the mirror and I decided on number 8, Smiling Face, which I thought has a very good chance. And
wow.
Yeah, nice horse actually. He was a favourite for his seasonal return, ran a highly creditable 5th behind All Is Ready. It takes its strike rate to a rather unremarkable 1 from 33, but in this race 5, the Class 5 winners are virtually non-existent in this contest. The Douglas White 5-year-old, he's modest, he's a reliable sort, and as Charene alluded to earlier, from gate 1, he's an ideal stall there, and he gets the vote under Luke Curry. So just to recap our value bets, Josh and Joe go in the same race. For Josh, it's race number 7, number 2, Mike Static, and for Joe, number 8, Bulletproof. And Charene is going for number 2, Palace Pal, and I'm going to race number 5, and that is Smiling Face. Well, we've covered it all, and I hope you have a very enjoyable days watching Happy Valley. I hope we've given you some pointers. I'm sure we have. I feel very confident that we have nailed a few winners tomorrow. Yes. I think the 4 of us have come up with some inspired selections. I'm looking forward to seeing London Lucky Star break the maiden at run number 32. So that's it until Sunday, and we're looking forward to Sunday because we've got the Group 2 Charene Trophy, and it's Charene, it's a fantastic card, isn't it? A fantastic entry list so far.
Yes, right. We will see California Spangle, that he will be still ridden by Zach Purton, and also another good miler in Hong Kong, Beauty Joy, will be ridden by Luke Curry, and also some good horses like Penfield and some more. So just looking forward to this Sunday.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. But first of all, 9 enjoyable races to get through at Happy Valley. Until we see you later in the week, it's bye-bye for now.
bye.